Hey, Tender T, how you doing? A shout out. Hey, brother Allen. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll be with y'all as soon as I finish chewing up this piece of candy. Mm-mm. Everybody doing all right? Y'all doing okay? Y'all doing okay or not? Shake that load out. What's the word? Y'all doing all right or not? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'll take that as a no. Mm. Let's see what you say. All is well. Just about to finish my day at work. How's your day going? My day is going great. I just finished eating some dinner, bro. Just finished eating a delicious piece of candy. And I am on here for a short time of commentary. I got to get the flavors out my mouth, though. My mouth is juicy now. The mouth is juicy, all right? If y'all ever had mambas, then y'all know they bursting with flavor. Hey, Faith Five Times. Hey, Trisha. Tender T, I'm glad you doing good, boo. Oh, Mama 3, I asked how everybody was doing. I asked how everybody was doing. Baby, hold on. Babe, your packages is on outside. Uh-huh. You welcome. Shake a load off. Shake a load off. All right. Hey, Faith. Hey, Trisha. Hope y'all doing well. Excuse me. Get myself propped up here real quick. All right. First and foremost, welcome, welcome, welcome. I came on for a quick little show, quick little commentary. But if you're here, I'm glad that you're here. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Even if you are one of my loves in the bushes, don't forget that like button. I believe, yeah, I hold on. You, huh? Oh, here I come. Oops, hold on, y'all. Thank you, baby. Ooh, that's a big box. Oh, what you got? I said that's a big box. Oh, I'm doing good, Mama 3. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta see what this is. I think I know what this is. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be so mad if this ain't the right size. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Let me open this up. Ooh, I like it. Okay, that did not disappoint. That did not disappoint. Okay. Touche, touche. Okay. All right. Now, welcome in, welcome in. As you already know, hey Daniel, and I'm doing good, Mama Three, doing excellent. I hope everybody here is having a spectacular day. I'm going to do a little live on a little something different today. It's not something that I dwelled very deeply in, but it's something that I found interesting. So I'm going to chat about it on a surface level. If you got any commentary that you would like to add to it, in the chat or grab the link or whatever, feel free to do so as my panel is always open. Now, as you know, my title says Brian Mcknight is no more. Does anybody in the chat know why I titled it? Clearly you do, because ain't nobody coming here asking no questions. So does anybody know why I titled it Brian Mcknight is no more? Hey J. Lou, how you doing, baby doll? Shake a load off. Shake a load off. Does anybody in the chat know why I said Brian Mcknight is no more? Mama Three said, I do not. I was waiting on you to tell us. Okay. Before I do, super shout out to another fabulous hair day. You know, more bounce to the ounce. If we don't mind, just shout out to the hair. All right. You know, I'm a little bit AC Slaterish, you know what I mean? As far as, you know, you know how he felt about his follicles. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Linda, I just had to throw that in there. The most important part of the show was shout out to my hair. Okay. I mean, shit. I mean, at the end of the day, fuck Brian Mcknight. Shout out to my motherfucking follicles. Okay. That's it. That's all. You know, I mean, I swear, you know, when Gap Band said more bounce to the ounce, I mean, they clearly had my ass in mind, all right? Clearly. I mean, shout out to the motherfucking Gap Band. Because when y'all said more bounce to the ounce, I know y'all was thinking about me and the stars. I know. Okay. Next. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just a little interlude, you know. Sorry. I apologize. I apologize. All right. Shit. Oh, child. I be having to look back at it like some of y'all big bottom girls do y'all booties. Mhm. I ain't got no big booty to look back at, but baby, what? What? What's that going all down your back, girl? Girl. Okay. Anywho, back to the show. Back to the show. Hey, love is power. Come through, tender T. Okay. Hey, perfectly imperfect. Hey, my babies. Hey, Daisy, my J Lizzo. Everybody, what's going on? All right, let's get into this. Let me stop goofing off. But you know, what's a break room live without a little goofiness? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, so the reason why I titled this Brian Mcknight is no more is because of some following things. Now, as Tender T came in here and let us know, if you didn't know, Brian Mcknight just won a $8.8 million lawsuit that he had against his wife for defamation. All right. His wife named Julie. All right. This is whom he has, I believe, 3 or 4 kids with. I want to say, yeah, either 3 or 4. I know they have 2 boys and a girl, but it may be a third boy. However, that's neither really here nor there how many kids he got. The point is, his ex-wife lost her case and he won $8.8 million in the lawsuit or whatnot. So, as a little background story, hey Rashida, my Pookie. As a little background info, if you don't know who Brian Mcknight is, then you may be familiar with a Brian Mcknight song that goes a little something like this. One, it's like a dream come true. Two, just wanna be with you. Three, you know it's plain to see. You're the only one for me. And five, repeat steps 1, 2, 3, and shit like that, okay? Period. All right. Is we here together? Is we here together or not? I said one. Oh, okay. I'm just checking. What's the other one? Drop it in the chat. What's the other one? And ever I believe my work is done. Yeah, I know he be saying that part at the top of his throat and shit. And ever I believe my work is done, then I'll start back in one. Then he drop it, hey, type shit. You feel me? Now, the moral of this story is he's got a couple of kids. What's one of the it's another one besides one. But I can't think of what it was. It seemed like it was like another type wedding-ish song or something. Does anybody know in the chat? Google her. I'm feeling incomplete. Somebody gotta Google it anytime. Why don't I know how that one go? I do not know how that one go, Alan. That sucks. The nigga got me too busy counting this shit. He got me over here counting 1 through 4 and shit. Now I can't even think how I go. However, because y'all know I'll bust out a song for you real quick. However, so he's got kids with Julie, who he was with for years and years and years and years. All these kids are grown in their mid-20s to early 30s. Oh, one last cry, one last cry. Is that the one? Before I put you out of my mind this time, something against I'm down. Said I'm guess I'm down. Said I'm guess I'm down. Oh, to one last cry. Type shit, okay? Fuck around. Still in love. Ooh, I can't think of how that one go. I mean, there's only one still in love. Hold up. Yeah, when you say still in love, see, he should have fucked around and not named it that, because I think of Luther when I hear still in love. Is that how I go? Anyway, carry on. I don't think them the words. I think you being funny and telling me to go on with the show. Yeah, I don't like that very much. Okay. Still in love. I said I'm still in love with you. Yeah. Don't play with me, J. Lou. You are so jealous. You are such a mean girl. You're so jealous of my voice, and you really need to do something about that. Like, jealousy breeds envy, J. Lou. Like, seriously, sis. Like, seriously. I'm gonna need you to get it together, okay? Now, just because you can't hit them notes quite like your girl doesn't mean you have to get all attitudey, okay? All right? Comment down in the chat, all right? Okay? All right. Is you cool? All right. So check it. You know I love me some you, girl. Now, as y'all know, he won this 8.8 million, right? And a lawsuit for a defamation case he had with his ex-wife. Now, this man has indeed been married for about 7 years, right? About 7 years. And he got married back in 2017. So this December will make 7 years for him and his wife, Leilani. Now, Leilani is was born in Hawaii to Filipino parents, so it's quite, clear to say she is not of African American descent. Well, Brian McKnight has been getting hey, New Extra, shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. Big hugs, big hugs. Thank you, Daisy, for the super sticker. Love you. Thank you. So, um, as you know, this is not a sister, right? It's not a sister. So he's been getting flack all over the board. He's been getting flack from women who's saying, "Oh, you a sellout. This, that, then the third. Um, you're dissing your African American family for you this Filipino family. Blah 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 blah." Now, as y'all know, there was some riffraff about a year or so ago between Brian McKnight and his kids. Brian McKnight felt that, he has provided for his kids well into their mid 20s, upward to the ages of 30 or so, right? Hey, Associate Minister, he feels like, he has been pretty much taking care of the kids without them having a care in the world, without them having to work or do this or do that. So he felt like he should take them, kind of pull back his support and wanting his kids to basically grow up, I guess. Now, I don't know exactly how things got so far out of hand where he basically disowned his children altogether. It seemed like the original wife, may have turned uh, the kids kind of like against him a little bit. And from that, which Brian McKnight seemed to have just threw his hands up, like, "Hey, you know what? Listen, I've been a good dad. In spite of allegations, there used to be abuse allegations on him, compliments of like Jaguar Wright and other people. However, Brian McKnight has always denied these allegations, and there was never no proof about these things, right? So he feels like, all right, if I've done nothing but get. Now again, I am pretty much paraphrasing here, but he feels like, I've been taking care of you guys your whole life. I've been a good dad, da 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 da, and you all are seeming entitled and ungrateful, is what he would say, or whatever. You guys think that um, you know, y'all, like he didn't want them, I guess, growing up to be little spoiled rich kids that did not have any substance or whatever. So he pulled back his support, and he pulled it back even further when it seemed like the children were siding with the mom. All right. So he's like, fine, y'all go ahead, side with the mom, and I'm washing my hands with the whole thing, right? And again, now you can love your children, of course, through anything. At the end of the day, no, that doesn't mean you have to put up with disrespect if the kids were disrespecting him as if he's entitled to be their sole providers up until like they die or something, often in interviews I seen him speak about, they have lived off of my money up until their 30s. Some of his kids are in their 30s now, and he's like, hey, enough is enough. Go find your way. Hey, Miss Glenn, it is good to see you, sweetheart. How was your trip? And are you safely back home? Let me know, baby. How was your trip, and are you safely back? So, um, hold on, guys. So these I don't feel. Let me see. Brian McKnight ain't shit. He abandoned his son. Who? Oh, yes, yes. I'm Glenn. That was going to be my next point. That was gonna be my next point. So yes, y'all make sure y'all drop your points down in the chat because a few of them I'm sure is on my notes. So we're gonna get into that as well. So yeah, he took back his support. And at the beginning of things, I said to myself, well, you are welcome to let your kids find their way without, I guess, making sure they don't go, of course, homeless and of course, they have two parents. I'm pretty sure Brian McKnight did not have a prenup or, his wife isn't really someone famous, I don't believe. But she must. Oh, you at Charlotte Airport. Okay, cool, cool. Now, she must um have money for him to have sued her and won an $8.8 million case, even though you can sue people for shit that they don't have. But I'm sure he knows, she got some bread from their marriage or whatever, right? So my thing is, now, I do not feel, if this is the truth, that it is okay for her to bring those kids into their personal issues as a married couple, right? We see this happen often with couples that as much as it shouldn't happen, someone wants the kids to side with the other. The parents oftentimes need the kids to favor one or the other, right? And while I'm talking, I'm gonna Google his net worth real quick. Estimated net worth. Um, hold on. Oh wow. So he's actually only worth 10 million, which is not bad for his career. I thought he would have a little more than that. But however, so um now about these kids, I could, like I said, I could understand if he wanted to pull back some of that help so they could spread their wings, so they wouldn't be so entitled and or whatnot, right? Now I don't know the gist of how things got so bad, but I was tapped in when it first came out or whatever, right? With the children. Now, um, earlier this year, his son passed away of colon cancer, I believe it was. Wasn't it colon cancer, Miss Glenn? No. Was it colon? Let me look at my notes. Yes, colon cancer. Hey, fishy fish, how you doing, baby? His 32-year-old son, Nico Mcknight, passed away of colon cancer earlier this year. And Nico dying wish was to have a group hug with himself, his siblings, and his parents. And it is safe to say that dying wish did not happen. That saddened me so much because in the event of your child's um upcoming death, so to speak, with all due respect, you would think that you could put bullshit aside. You could think that whatever you had going on with this wife, it becomes null and void in the event that, I mean, this is your last, excuse my language, y'all. This is your last moments with your child, your last months, your last weeks, your last days. I could not imagine as a parent letting anything on this earth stop me from being at my son's side, for saying, you know what, let's gather together. Let's put our differences aside and let our son leave here resting in peace. resting in peace. There would be nothing I would not do for my children to give them peace in death. I didn't make a lot of judgments on a lot of things concerning Brian's situation with his kids. But when it came to seeing Nico, his frail body in that wheelchair, almost, yes, I knew what you meant, Miss Glenn, cold-blooded indeed. Seeing his frail body, almost skin over bones, looking so much like his father, and to be denied what is priceless. It's priceless. Yet it was so valuable to this young man. He was just as upset by whatever things has happened between him and the father and the children, the mother, all of this, but not so much that he did not still want a hug from the man to which had raised him all of his life. All of his life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a couple of years going through some things with your parent just to end up where you're not important enough to even be granted a hug before you leave this earth? That there really, really sent me. It really sent me. Like, dude, who are you? What are you? That was monstrous to me. Monstrous. Monstrous. Yes, Miss Glenn, any parent would do that. Any parent. Hell, any aunt, uncle, grandparent, or friend. It broke my heart because it wasn't something that was a rumor, where we can think, well, maybe the son didn't say this. I actually watched the footage about an hour ago of this frail person who knew that his life was soon to end. It almost makes me want to cry right now. I tell you no lie. Let me breathe. To see that you could have been selfish with your dying wish. You could have wanted anything except a little tenderness, a little love from one half of who you are. All he wanted to do was be able to capture a moment where his family was all together. You boarding now? Okay, good, good. Safe travels. Safe travels. May God be with you during your flight, land you safely, and may you reach home safely by the blood of Jesus through his unchanging hands. Amen and amen and amen. It was really, really, really sad to see. And it made me question, what is it all worth? What is it all worth to raise children, I guess in the best way you know how, just to come to a point where they don't even matter in death? Do we really think this man isn't going to wake up one day and wish he had her? Is there anyone in here who think that the struggles between the children and the father was so strong that this won't cross his mind later on in life? Is there anyone in here who feel like he will go the rest of his life not caring about that moment he could have given his son? Let me know. Is there anyone in here who know more of the story than I do to say, yeah, them kids did him dirty. I could see him not caring. They didn't care about their father. They did him wrong. Is there anyone in here that feels that he will not regret it? Is there anyone that can see how this happened? That can see his point of view? I don't think it is anyone. I don't think it is anyone. But I know I do not think he will go the rest of his life not thinking about his son. I do not think he'll go the rest of his life not feeling like utter shit for not wrapping his arms around his baby boy, probably his eldest son, if I'm not mistaken. I think Nico was the eldest. And to be so cavalier about your son's life, I could not imagine. I could not imagine. I'm not even gonna front. You could take my biggest I guess you call them enemy on YouTube or anywhere else. I don't have enemies in my actual life, but you can even take my biggest enemy on YouTube. In the event of death, I would never not extend forgiveness, accept an apology, give a kind word. And that's to my enemy. Hey, Neo, how you doing, family? He's cold-blooded and heartless. Absolutely. Neo said, fuck Brian Mcknight, period. And I ain't even got, I still got y'all, I ain't want to take this too fast because I still got to get on this new family situation as well. Because what the picture I'm painting for you is the fact that though I knew it was problems with the kids and the wife or whatever, I didn't judge him wholly. I didn't start to pass a judgment until today, watching the request of his son and knowing that he was denied in death, in death, in death. I could never. Now, this pissed me off and made me very disturbed. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't really know how well your life gonna continue to go with how he carried that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I do not know. Like for real, there's no way God is gonna let you just be perfectly fine, knowing that the person you brought into this world, you denied. You denied them love. You denied them forgiveness. You denied them tenderness. Hey, Miss Dee Dee, how you doing, baby? You denied them. I can't see that favoring over the universe of going over the universe very well. I just don't. Now, another thing that threw me off about this man that told me, okay, dude, it's official. You're Mr. Petty. You're petty on you're in Petty State, in Petty City, in the neighborhood of Petty, on Petty Street, living at fucking 1801 Petty Lane, right? When I discovered that this man has a baby that has not yet turned 1, all right? His baby is probably 10 months old, 9 months, something like that. The baby's name is Brian Kanoa Makoa, okay? Junior. Now, for some of you, you may be wondering, how in the hell did his new baby become Brian Kanoa Makoa Jr.? Well, I'll tell you why. After this man gave his baby a name, he went and changed his name to Brian Kanoa Makoa Sr. All right. Now, I have no earthly idea where the hell the last name Makoa came from, because his new wife's name is Leilani. Mendoza. Okay. Thank you, Kiki. Kiki says when he disowned them kids and called them demons, he really meant that. He is canceled. Come through now. Come through. Come through now, Kiki. And thank you, baby, for that super. Thank you. Now, my shit is not only did you change your name, but you actually, and not only did you disown your legacy, which is your kids, but you disowned your own family's legacy, meaning your father and mother who named you Brian Mcknight. The legacy of your parents, which I'm sure one of their last names, of course, was Knight. You have totally cut off your legacy, yet you're going to continue to have children. You done had to bury one son that I do not believe ever had the chance to have children. What happens if the one son he has as a Mcknight, which is Brian Mcknight Jr., what if he becomes fruity, allegedly? What if he becomes fruity and ends up with a same gender, same sex gender? Then you have cut off the Mcknight legacy. Then you have not only did that, but you didn't change your name to something that still reigns your African American heritage. You went and took on a name that clearly comes from the heritage of your new family, Makoa. They are Filipinos from Hawaii. Filipinos from Hawaii. Mm-hmm. Makoa is clearly either Hawaiian or Filipino. And you have now taken on the heritage of your Filipino family. Not only is this crazy as hell, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Thank you so much, Mom of Three. And y'all make sure y'all go follow Mom of Three as well. We had a great time playing Kahoot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Break Room won 3 of them games. You heard me straight like that. You know, I'm a champion over there. You feel me? Straight like that. Now, not only is this a weird thing to do, to change your name according to what your son's last name is going to be, because again, you're married and your wife is Leilani Mendoza Mcknight. Your new wife of 7 years, name is Leilani Mendoza Mcknight. So now is she, of course, having to change her name to Makoa, Leilani Mendoza Makoa, because now you're a senior, he's a junior. But guess what? Guess what? What does this do to the one and only living son from his other marriage, whose name is Brian Mcknight Jr.? You have not only changed the identity of yourself, but you changed the identity of the legacy you left behind. And no, I didn't leave my cold Pepsi downstairs and didn't take a sip of it. And now it's probably room temperature. But let's go see. Yes, Mama Three, a time was definitely had. Buck said, hey y'all, I left my dang on Pepsi. All right, I'm back, you guys. I had to go get my Pepsi before it got hot. Hey Nook, good to see you. Hey brother. I hope I trust everything good with your bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Um, let's see here. Okay, so I really felt horrible because he has a whole son. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. He has a whole son that is a junior, and this guy now will have to, adjust to a whole new identity. For some, it may be a small thing, like, well, he's still Brian Mcknight, he just won't be a junior anymore. That's a big thing, regardless of what has happened concerning him and his children and their fallout, like that is a big thing, to Lord have mercy, not me that had my heat on all day. Uh Glad I just opened my window. Um, that's a big thing to have this identity your whole life and to turn into where you're not a junior anymore. Like what what a slap in the face. What a slap in the damn face. Huh? What a slap in the face. Can you imagine? Can you imagine 30 years having a certain identity that is stripped from you because you have a petty ass father? Like the nerve of this guy, the absolute nerve. And guess what else? That ain't it. Now we done already discussed how he won 8.8 million from the ex-wife yesterday, right? Or today, whichever one. We discussed how he did not grant his dying son his last wish, right? Before he passed. We discussed how he changed his name from Mcknight to Makoa. We discussed how that then changes his original son's name as a junior. But then guess what petty ass Brian McPetty did? Brian McPetty went to his Instagram account and he celebrated. So that means, hold up, that means the son passed not this year. It had to be last year, maybe. But on the anniversary of his son's death, which was either today or yesterday, he went live to celebrate winning the $8.8 million. He went live to celebrate winning the $8.8 million on the anniversary of his eldest son's death, who he denied, who he ostracized, who he eliminated from his life. The son who just wanted a hug from his father. He then goes and mocks his death by celebrating his mother's loss in court. I mean, can this motherfucker get any more crass? Can he get any more petty? You couldn't wait till the day after. You couldn't just shut up for 24 hours and do that shit tomorrow. You actually had to go on your Instagram on the anniversary of it was his birthday. Yes. Oh, his birthday, not his death date. Thank you, Neo. On your son's who died birthday. You gonna actually take your ass out here and celebrate the fact that his mother just lost to his father in court. Because what's even crazier is you have disowned the kids. You have disowned your kids now, which means they are not getting financial help from you. But then you go and you sue the mother for defamation because she said that you abused her. So you're going to take money out of her mouth, which also takes even more money out of your children's mouth. The children that you disowned. We must remember some people stand on the broken parts of another person's life because they can't stand on their own. Ooh, ooh, that's a good one right there. That's a good one. That is some sickening shit, Miss Kiki. It's sickening. You change your name, you disown your kids, you sue your damn your wife, you give your son your new name and make him a junior. That shit is crazy to me. That shit is crazy to me. He see now what the fuck will possess him to do such thing, right, J. Lou? Hey man, say man, shalom. Hey my sister. Oh, okay. Nook. Let me see. But yes, it's it really saddened me, and I just wanted to do a bit of a short live, just showcasing this because I'm just gonna need people to do better. Like I'm gonna need Brian Kanoa Makoa Senior to do better. To do better. Because if I was your new son who is still a baby right now, I'd be scared to fuck with you, honestly. Because I would feel like, so if me and you don't get along one day, are you just going to disown me? Are you gonna make me a junior? Like if I was the new son, I would grow up and take the junior off my name. I would say, you know what? I don't want nothing from you that you can take away from me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change something in my damn name. Like even if you want to be Brian Kanoa Makoa, I would change maybe take out the I in Kanoa. Instead of Kainoa, I make it Kanoa. It is the same pronunciation, but I am not a junior. It is not spelled the same. I am not your junior. I would give you your fucking JR period back. That's what I would do. When that kid get older, listen, I would be like, no offense, Dad. I love you. You know, we ain't got no problems, but I know you had some issues with your other children, and one of them to which was a junior, and you changed your name when you no longer favored your children or their decisions or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you back the junior with all due respect. Hope that we maintain a wonderful bond, but I don't want to end up one day having to get used to the JR not behind my name because you no longer want to represent me as my father. Now, I love you. I thank you for all you've done. You know, this doesn't change. You're my hero, whatever the hell going on. But I would politely say no. I don't want to wake up one day and we're not getting along, and I have to worry about you going down to the courthouse to change your name, and then I'm stuck with your identity. I would actually rather have my mom's identity. I would rather be Mendoza, Brian Mendoza. That's what I would say when I was to get older. And if I was that new wife, I would have spoken up for my infant son and said, you know what, babe, I love you. We have a wonderful marriage. I'm so happy to be a parent with you. But I don't really want my son to be a junior because honestly, I don't want him to be given anything that someone can take away from him. That's it. That's all. And you are so right. You are so right, Associate Minister. Biology doesn't equal being a parent. It sure don't. Uh, the father is by biology. The daddy is by choice. A period. Period, associate. You dropping jewels as usual. The mother is by biology. The mommy is by choice. Hey. Thank you, Shalom. Love you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you, baby doll. Shout out. Thank you so much, precious. You are so right, Associate Minister. So in retrospect, my thing is this, parents are so very important. And in 2025, nobody should be making that decision frivolously. Um, I do believe in loving your children unconditionally. I do believe in setting boundaries if needed. You know what I mean? Uh, just because your kids are your kids, don't mean that you have to uh give them riches. It means you have to take care of them. You want your kids to be happy and things, but that doesn't mean they have to uh drive the latest Porsche. That doesn't mean they have to drive the latest Lamborghini because mommy and daddy is rich. You can have boundaries for your kids. You can set um limitations like monetarily. Like, hey, as adults, I'm gonna give y'all, you know, I give y'all 2,500 a month, you know, and y'all gonna have to figure it out, figure the rest out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to figure the rest out because that's really less than shit. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much about 75K a year. Right, J. Lou. J. Lou said, hello, I do. They have monthly allowance. Exactly. So if you worth $10 million, 70K a year with you constantly making money because he's been on shows too. He been on Martin. He been on I think A Different World or the Cosby Show or whatever. He sung on different shows. He'll get residuals from shows he's been on when those episodes air. He still performs in places. I'm sure he's probably one of the number one wedding people or whatever of the 90s and this, that, and the third. He's made a decent amount of money. You know, he's maintained a being well to do. And now, he's married to a what is she? She is a neurophysiologist. So a pediatric neurophysiologist. So clearly she in her bag too. So together they are a very well to do, very well set family. So it's not no thing to give your kids a little bit of a stipend, a little bit of a allowance monthly, and tell them, hey, you have to budget this, get a job, figure it out. You was gonna get married to one of his songs. Oh, which one? The one. Start back at one. Um, let's, let's see. If a person doesn't want you sitting at their table, don't devalue yourself by walking through their front door. Ooh, associate. Boy, listen, you know I love when you come through with them jewels, baby. Jewels after jewels. If a person can't respect your no, they don't deserve your yes. Ooh, you better say it. You better say it. Respect goes both ways in any relationship. Absolutely. Yeah. Boy, associate be coming through. I just knew I was going to marry Brian one day. My mama loved some Brian Mcknight. And yes, y'all. So they're well to do, and I don't think it's anything wrong with saying, hey, you know, when y'all get 25 or whatever, like if they started out with 2,500 a month, you might could say, all right, every year I'm is dropping down 500 until it's zero, you know. So if you starting at 2,500 at the age of 21, that means that you are going to be getting something monthly guaranteed until you're 25, 26 years old, you know, and that's time enough to help you through your college, whatever. You know, it's a way to do things to where your kids can expect, okay, you don't got to snatch it all back at once. You could just say, you know, hey, every year, 250, I'm taking off. You know, as you get older, your stipend is going to lessen. You know what I mean? And by the time you're not getting anything, you'll be, you know, that's 4 years of college. You were able to get through school. You were able to have a allowance, da da da. But just to, you know, say, hey, all right, y'all 30, no more, you know, that can be a little abrupt. And then if you're going to take back financially and say, hey, I'm pulling back the purse strings, well, that doesn't mean you pull back your love. That doesn't mean you stop pouring love on your kids. That don't mean that you disown them, that you don't try to make it right. That don't mean that you find this new family, and even how disgusting. We never even heard much from about the daughter, from the daughter or whatever. Yet he took to his Instagram saying, thanking his wife's daughter, not his daughter, uh the young lady that is now his stepdaughter. He thanked her uh helping him become a girl dad, meaning thank you for making me a girl dad, as if he only had the one son that he had, you know what I mean? So that had to be very disgusting and effed up to his real daughter that's in her 20s to tell another young lady, thank you for making me a girl dad. Like, this dude find every way to slap his kids in the damn face. Do you know he did something heinous to all three of his kids, y'all? One of them wanted a family hug for his dying wish on his deathbed. Brian McCoa, aka Mcknight, denied him. The other son was Brian Mcknight Jr. Brian Mcknight Sr. changed his name. Therefore, the son is no longer a junior because he's no longer a senior. Then his daughter, he says to the other stepdaughter, thank you for making me a fucking girl dad. He dissed every single one of his kids in the most hurtful way. If you can think of a more hurtful way for a father to do their kids, you let me know without beating the shit out of them. Let me know if you can think of any way. I took my name from you. Then I'm telling you, the shit is so sad. Your 32-year-old son, Nico, just wanted a family hug, a group hug. You denied him and he died from colon cancer without that love and that hug from you, without knowing that you loved him. Your second son, you changed your name, therefore stripping him of his title of being a junior. Your daughter, you thanked another woman's daughter for making you a girl dad. He found a way to open hand smack the shit out of each one of his children. Not even in death could he put his pettiness aside. Not even through death, family. That's and on the son's birthday, you celebrate his mother losing a court lawsuit against you. On the deceased son's birthday, instead of you giving some thoughtful words towards the son no longer with you, you went live to mock your win in a lawsuit. Ooh, child. That breaks my freaking heart for these kids. What could these kids have? What have they done to you, really? Except be there for their mother, which kids are allowed to do. It is sickening. Pure sickening. I couldn't imagine doing no shit like that to one kid, let alone three. Three? You mean all three of them just did the most fucked up shit to you? All three of them? I don't think so. Full of shit. And the man is a classic ass Mr. Petty. Classic. So, in my conclusion, I hope that people get it right. There should be nothing under the sun that will make you never forgive your children, never forgive your mom or dad, never forgive, never care, even in death. Even in death. We have to learn to forgive. We have to learn that tomorrow ain't promised. And what feels easy to take today might haunt you tomorrow. It may haunt you tomorrow. You never know who will end up despising you because they know how you treated somebody else. It's four of them. Yeah, I thought it was either three or four. Ain't no telling what he done did to the fourth one. Hell, it's a shame. It truly is. It truly is. And my heart goes out to the mother, actually. I don't really give a damn what she defamed. And there's no proof really that you are defamed. But the way you act, I would not be surprised if the allegations are true. I hope you seek help for your disgraceful ways. Disgraceful ways. I pray for your son that lost his life to cancer. I pray that he finds peace outside of you. I pray that he finds rest that you could never give him. I hope he finds that rest in knowing that he was special, he was good enough, and that he was loved by many, if not by you. I think you need to grow up. As a 53-year-old man, you should not be treating your children this way. And as the parent, you should find a way to try to make things better and make it right. Help them to understand what it is you felt and understand how they feel. Anything less is unacceptable. And I'm going to be real honest with you, Brian. I got to be honest with you. As you've dissed 4 of your kids and you are throwing your new family all in their faces trying to hurt them, God forbid that anything was to happen to the beautiful baby boy that you're throwing in their face. Oh, he's a junior. I'm changing my name. God forbid anything was to happen to this family that you are putting everything before. There's nothing wrong with loving on your family and things, but the way you treated your son in his death is disgraceful, and you better hope that life does not repeat the course within your new family. Because baby, everything in life that glitters, it ain't gold. The pain you laugh at today of someone else's can become the pain that makes you cry tomorrow. Be careful. Be careful. The way a person treats their own kids is a big testament to who they are. And you should be ashamed of yourself. I doubt there's anything that Nico Mcknight did to you where he should be denied a simple hug from his father before he's laid to eternal rest. You celebrated a win on his death. You were smiling, laughing, smoking a cigar as if on that day, today or yesterday, as if you didn't lose something precious. You didn't take a thought about what you lost on that day, only what you won. Shame on you. Shame on you. Fuck you and your music. Because the man made the music. Fuck your music. Fuck you. And with that being said, I am your gracious host, Tip the Gift. You have joined me right here in the 4-1 Wizzy. Thank you, Kiki. Shout out. Thank you, baby girl. I really appreciate you, sweetie. I really, really do. Thank you so much. You are disgraceful, Brian. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the universe may have in store for you. But I venture to guess, listen, Linda, that shit might hurt. Some gonna end up breaking your damn heart like you broke your children's heart. And I could only hope somebody is there to care more about the broken pieces of your heart than you cared about the broken pieces of your children. Hey, Roquel, shout out to you, sweetheart. Shout out to you. So please take care of your children. Please, if you can fix it, because I know people out there can be estranged from their kids and estranged from their parents. Pick up the phone and change it. Don't leave this world having not gotten some things straightened out. Don't do it to yourself, because whoever's stuck living without the person that they've given forgiveness to or extended forgiveness to, it's gonna hurt. It's going to become a regret you have, whether you like it or not. And you don't have to be with regrets if you don't have to. Make it right with whoever you can make it right with. And shout out because this live was inspired by someone I made it right with on today, on this very day. Not on this day that I mean, on this day, I made something right. So I tend to lead by example. I follow my heart. I gave forgiveness today, and I also received forgiveness today. Because sometimes even when we don't feel we've done anything wrong necessarily, sometimes it's not that we act. It's sometimes in how we act. And being a human with a good heart, I don't like living with regrets. I really don't. So, something that had been on my heart and mind to do for a few weeks now, I actually took that step and I did it today. And it felt really, really good to do. It really, really did. So if there's anybody out there, anybody need to make it right with, make it right because tomorrow not promised. And you don't want to be the one stuck living on this earth, having to be reminded of what you could have did that you did not do. And I'm grateful that on this day I chose to do. So fucking shout out to that. You did? Now, with that being said, I love you all so, so very much. Don't forget how great you are, how wonderful you are, and how much you truly, truly mean to me. But each person that pulls up and give me interaction, blesses this live, comments, turn into a member, simply pull up and say hello. Each and every one of those things mean the world to me. Straight like that. As a content creator, I am absolutely nothing without at least one person showing up to be by my side. The show can't not go on without at least one person seeing fit to being by your side. And thank you so much to each and every one of you that do your best to try to be by my side and let me be by yours. To my moderators, I thank you, kings and queens, so very much for all that you do and helping me with this channel. For those of you that aren't even mods and do mod shit in here, it does not go unnoticed. The 411 is more than thankful for each face that shows up in my chat, and I mean it straight like that. I listen, this house ain't shit but a foundation without those that help build it up. You feel me? Shout out to each and every one of y'all for doing an outstanding job on helping me build this foundation. Thank you so very, very much. God bless each and every one of you. Shout out to you, Miss Kimberly. Love you, Miss DD. Love you, Mama 3, Allen, Associate Minister, J. Lou, everybody in the building. Kiki, love y'all so much. Roquel, shout out. Love y'all so much. Thank you for joining me. And that is my time, y'all. Happy Saturday and good night. But side note, I may be back later in a few hours, okay? I may be back on the late night tip on some other things and things. But as far as this live goes, we going to keep it right at an hour and 15 minutes and keep on pushing. Shout out, y'all. I love you the long way. Later.